Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining our teach-in on charitable giving. I'm Marian Gerges, Director of Development for MBEF. Today, I'm joined by Bill Dramus and Dustin Rever Ginsburg from J.P.Morgan Private Bank. We're going to discuss the important changes to charitable deduction limits following the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, or OBA. I've asked them to highlight what's changing, how it impacts our donors, and the strategies that our MBEF stakeholders can implement to maximize their philanthropic impact. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Marian. Thanks for having us today. As a proud parent of two Pacific Panthers and a regular supporter of MBEF, I'm very happy to be with everyone today and to ensure that our community is familiar with these important changes. I'm joined by my partner, Dustin, who has a background in tax and helps advise on a variety of planning and gifting strategies. Now, of course, charitable giving is driven by purpose, and I think we're very fond of the connectivity to MBEF, but proper planning around this and tax efficiency can help you give more. So we wanted to highlight some of those changes today.
That's right. Understanding these changes now allows donors to make informed decisions and potentially preserve more of their charitable capital. The new law introduces significant changes starting in 2026. So 2025 is a critical year for planning.
And there's three major updates that we wanted to hit on. So the first is that charitable contributions must now exceed 0.5% of your adjusted gross income, or your AGI, in order to be deductible. The second, for high income taxpayers, the value of your itemized deductions is capped, meaning you may not get the full tax benefit that you're used to. And the third, smaller annual gifts may no longer qualify for tax benefit, making it harder for donors who give modest amounts each year.
Exactly. So let's walk through an example. So starting in 2026, if your adjusted gross income is $1 million, you would not receive a charitable income tax deduction for the first $5,000 you give to charity. And for those taxpayers in the top tax rate bracket, the value of the itemized deductions, including the charitable deduction, would be reduced even further.
Well, wow, that is a big change, especially for those in our community who are giving regularly to our annual appeal. So what does this mean for our donors this year in 2025?
So the rest of 2025 is a unique window. The new limitations don't take effect until 2026. So accelerating planned giving this year can help maximize deductions under the current, more generous rules.
And if you're considering a significant gift or a series of gifts in future years, such as the annual appeal for MBEF, acting in 2025 could allow you to deduct the full amount without the new floor or haircut.
So what can our donors do to preserve the full value of their philanthropy? Dustin, are there any specific strategies worth highlighting here?
Yeah, so I want to highlight three key approaches. The first is bunching of gifts. And that's the concept of, instead of spreading smaller gifts over several years, consider consolidating them into a single year to exceed the 0.5% AGI charitable floor to maximize your charitable income tax deduction. The next is donating appreciated assets to charity. So giving appreciated assets that have been held for over 1 year directly to a charity can provide a fair market value deduction and allow you to avoid paying tax on the appreciation, which makes your gift to charity more tax efficient. The last one is using donor-advised funds. Donor-advised funds allow you to make a large deductible gift now and then distribute the grants to charities over time. This can help unlock or lock in the current deduction limits before the new rules apply.
Marian, I thought maybe we could walk through a quick example, and for the benefit of our audience, we'll make this practical and use some annual appeal figures. So, Dustin, suppose a donor with $500,000 of AGI plans to give $5,000 to MBEF for their annual appeal.
So in 2025, under these current more generous rules, the full $5,000 given to MBEF would be deductible under the charitable income tax deduction to that taxpayer. However, in 2026, when the new law goes into effect, only about $2,500 would be deductible because of this 0.5% charitable floor. So it would be prudent to consider making that donation in 2025 to be able to deduct that whole amount.
And if you plan to make similar donations in future years, for example, 5,000 in each of the next 4 years while your kids are in school, funding those gifts in the 2025, should you have the means to do so, either directly to MBEF, the organization, or your donor advised fund, will result in even more tax savings.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, it sounds like 2025 is going to be a pivotal year to act. Thank you both for sharing more details about the changing landscape of charitable giving. And it sounds like thoughtful planning, whether through bunching, donating appreciated assets, or using DAPs, is going to be the key for our donors to preserve the full value of their gifts.
Right, Marion, and thank you very much for the opportunity to share this with everybody today. And we encourage your stakeholders to consult with their tax advisor to tailor strategies that are specific to their needs and goals. And most importantly, the materials we shared today are our opinions and not a recommendation from J.P.Morgan. But we do want to highlight that we feel the right approach can be a meaningful difference for both your stakeholders, the causes you support, and our communities. So thank you for having us today.
Thank you all for joining us. MBEF is here to help you, our donors, maximize your impact on our schools.